it is crunch time here. This is your main event of IWC's New Beginning 2008. I am Joe Dombrowski. Joining me is Jay Worthington Farnsworth. The Super Indy Championship is on the line. Fabulous John McChesney, the four-time champion and representative of the War Machine, defending against the man behind 12 large, brother, sweet and sour, Larry Sweeney, who has fought his heart out and bled buckets in an attempt to get that championship back. And Farnsworth, could this be his night?
You know, were I to make a pick, I need the comparison I would make here is, have you seen Fab prior to this match?
Not today, no.
No, he's been, wherever he's been concentrating on this match. Larry Sweeney, and don't get me wrong, I love having the Golden Palomino here in the broadcast booth. But he was here, he was out talking to some fans.
And they're not wasting any time. The time for talking is over. It's time to fight it out. And Texas Deathmatch rules, Jay Worthington Farnsworth.
Let's see whose focus is greater on it.
It's not just scoring a pinfall. There's more to it than that. Your opponent has to stay down and is not able to answer a 10 count. So really, 3 seconds can't win this match. It's going to take at least 13 seconds. And Sweeney takes this matchup to the floor early on, which was, of course, the location when he was originally busted open by Dennis Gregory when Gregory cracked Sweeney's head off that ring post some months ago, costing Sweeney his Super Indy pride.
Well, we've seen just how violent Sweet and Sour can get out here. So this is his element. This is the Texarkana Deathmatch.
And we've seen how physical John McChesney can be. Whether it's matchup, look out. McChesney eats the steel, whether it was a cage matchup, whether it was his series with Low-Key, a.k.a. Senshi. McChesney always brought the fight as well. Whether you like him or whether you don't, McChesney is a top-of-the-line competitor, and he just got sent right over our barrier. And Sweeney gonna get chased. And McChesney is already running for cover, already needs to rethink his strategy here. We'll try to follow this as best we can. Sweeney hammering away at McChesney through the sea of people at the Court Time Sports Center. And McChesney sounds like he just ate either a chair or our bleachers. Either way, it's steel, and either way, it did not feel good.
I can't actually see what's happening.
I believe Sweeney just drove McChesney in the head with the elbow. We apologize for the obstructed view here, but this matchup, no doubt, all out, drag out all over this building. And it's a situation where the personal animosity has gotten to a point it can't be contained in the ring. It cannot be contained by mere, as the spotlight now, over Sweeney and McChesney. And Sweeney's got some kind of weapon he's wearing away at McChesney on. Not sure if they're on the bleachers here. They are coming back towards the ring area. And McChesney sent over the top of our barriers and back into the ringside area. Sweeney with those elbow shots again. Measures the point of the elbow, but McChesney certainly knows how to measure the eyes.
Yes, he does.
Hard chop. Low-key style chops and kicks. And that's what McChesney's going to need in this matchup. He's going to need to be lethal. He's going to need to be ruthless.
This is not a handshaking competition.
Not at all. And it's about to get a whole lot worse before it gets better. Suplex coming up. Sweeney blocks it a second time. Look out! And that was solid steel. McChesney's back. His spine just struck against. No way to protect himself. And he landed at an angle. And that is our first 3 count of the matchup. McChesney has 10 seconds to get to his feet.
And really played smart by McChesney. He knows it's not just the pin. He may as well just lay down, take the pin, give his back a little more time to quit shaking and hurting. Give him a little more time before he gets up and gets back to the ring.
Well, I'm not so sure that McChesney was playing possum in that instance as he's back to his feet, favoring his back. Certainly that's a good strategy to utilize here. Pinfalls are really irrelevant here. It doesn't matter how many times you're pinned, you can't lose that championship. It's all about staying down for the 10 count. So if you can milk a 10 or 12 second rest and a respite for yourself, certainly that's going to be a great battle plan.
And figure 4
on the concrete floor here. You don't see this often, but you know what? Figure 4 puts pressure on 7 different points of the lower human anatomy, and if you got all that pressure, you're not going to be able to stand that well.
7. Wow, you've done your homework.
And McChesney just tapped out. Which is smart as Sweeney breaks the hold.
Because the longer he stays in the hold, the harder it's going to be to get up.
Had this been a one-fall contest, McChesney likely would have been able to fight through it, but at what cost, as a lot of damage would have been done to McChesney's lower body.
This is a whole different type of match. This is a whole different way of thinking in a match like this. Is he under the ring?
And McChesney just found a tear under the ring, and a hard shot. A shot out of nowhere to the top of the head. Looks like McChesney a weapon just in case. Knew exactly where that chair was.
Yeah, it's a death match. I'd take a chair if I was him.
And McChesney's certainly very proud of himself. Certainly very pleased, but the deed is not done yet. It's a long way to go. Not only do you have to pin the man, you have to keep him down for a 10 count without him being able to stand and answer the official.
And we might be seeing blood out of Larry Sweeney.
Well, that would be the 3rd time that Sweeney's been lacerated in a match with fabulous John McChesney. McChesney knows right where to aim. He knows where that scar is, and he knows where that cut has been opened up, and he's going to open it further with hard right hands right into it.
Look at that!
And Sweeney is bleeding quite profusely as those locks have been stained crimson.
Oh my. Really, that's all I can say. Oh my.
Well, we knew this would be a war. We knew this would not be pretty. We knew it would be brutal and gruesome, and we knew the Super Indy title would be at stake.
This is exactly what I was looking for. This is what I wanted to see. 2 guys beating the crap out of each other.
Cover 2, and Sweeney, whether he actually would have been pinned or whether he stayed down for the 3 count to get some energy back in his system is really irrelevant here. The story now is that Sweeney can shake off the loss of blood, shake off the loss of equilibrium, and get to his feet, which he has. But as the time goes on and as the blood continues to flow, we saw this in the original Super Indy title match, Farnsworth, as well as the cage. The equilibrium is going to become weaker and weaker, a lot more difficult to fight back or even stand.
Right, very, very true.
And McChesney is just ripping away at the face.
And now McChesney's hand's just as red as Sweet and Sour's forehead.
McChesney was gruesomely digging inside that cut as Sweeney is once again just crudely beaten, and he's got to dig down deep, much like he did in the steel cage, much like he did at Super Indy 6. He's got to find something deep inside him to press on, because once that blood starts flowing, it could be lights out very quickly. And Larry Sweeney just having trouble getting to his feet at this point without even a pinfall, without a knockout shot from McChesney.
But you have to figure McChesney's looking for that knockout shot. Speaking of which.
And there's the TKO. That's a knockout if there ever has been one.
Technically.
McChesney drops Sweeney, but he does not opt to go for a cover. He wants to make sure Sweeney's down to stay. Drops him a second time. Wants to make sure Sweeney's not going to milk a count here. Sweeney's not going to buy some time.
And he's picking him back up again.
Not a third. A third TKO. Sweeney's going to be done for. McChesney has a deep hook and the cover and the 3. And there's no way Sweeney's going to be able to get back up.
And Fab, smart. If he does get back up, he's sitting, he's resting, he's taking his time, he's catching his breath.
The Texarkana death match may end in the death of the man from Texarkana before this is all said and done. But Sweeney still willing himself up. The official is on, I believe, 7 or 8. He's on 9, and Sweeney's back up just in the nick of time.
There's still some fight in the sweet and sour one after all.
But notice the counts of the official are progressively becoming longer and longer. Before they could get up at about a 5 or a 6. Now it's taking them 9 and change. The energy is being sapped out of Sweeney as this match progresses. But it looks like we may have a second burst of adrenaline as the blood continues to flow down the face of Sweeney. Sweeney is using it to drive him further. Oh, block of the right, and Sweeney explodes. Another shot. A third right hand by the sweet and sour one. Mounting the offensive here. Drives the elbow down as Sweeney can begin to taste the Super Indy title returning home.
I wonder if he can taste it. It mixed in with his own blood at this point. The blood is just running down his face. Crimson mask, I believe is the term.
And Sweeney gonna go for the pile driver. Drops him with the pile driver right on the back of the neck. This could be all. Well, few if anybody can survive from a 3 count from a pile driver, but will McChesney fare better with an extra 10 to work with? And Sweeney's got to get to his feet as well here.
Well, Sweeney finally gets a chance to collect himself. He's been getting pummeled on for the past how many minutes. He now finally gets a chance to catch his breath, wipe the blood out of his eyes, and get ready to continue.
Sweeney's up.
If he can.
And McChesney gets up at 8, almost 9, as Sweeney is starting to close the gap between himself and the fabulous one. And Sweeney on the second turnbuckle on the inside. Just laying the right hands in and the left. Perfectly legal. Texas death rules. No disqualification or count. Into the buckle. Nobody home. McChesney brings up the feet right to the face.
You can tell McChesney's still a little more clear. Oh!
Springboard with the splash. McChesney gets 2 in. He gets the 3 count. And again, all the air has been driven out of Sweeney, and Sweeney is once again on the defensive.
As I was saying, you have to believe that Fab has a little clearer mind right now. He's been more, as I stated before, more focused on the match. And at this point, not losing blood like Larry Sweeney.
Sweeney's got life, though. Sweeney's got life.
Legs under him.
But how strong and how much they can support him is another issue here, as the white shirt of Sweeney has been stained red with the huge amount of blood loss, the dangerous amount of blood loss we've seen from Larry Sweeney. McChesney, Hurricane Rana. Sweeney puts on the brakes.
And he's perched up top. It looks like he's, I was going to say, might we see?
We very well could. Bob Lar's elbow buried into the heart. And Sweeney has the cover. And there's another 3 count. but how much longer can Sweeney survive under these circumstances? The fans are behind Sweeney, but does Sweeney have the gas necessary left in the tank?
Sweeney is up.
Amazingly, he's back to his feet. But will McChesney make it? 9 for McChesney. McChesney still gets to his feet, but he needs the aid of the ropes. McChesney is not standing under his own power at this point, but he is standing, so the match will continue. Oh, super kick right to the head, and that's going to knock Sweeney loopy once again.
And McChesney outside.
Oh no.
With a chair.
Another steel chair from John McChesney as he looks to finish off Sweeney at the very least for tonight, perhaps longer. Oh no. TKO once again. It'll be the 4th TKO by my count. And on top of that, for extra torque, driven into the chair. And this is another 3 count. And Sweeney's lifeless, Farnsworth.
He might be out.
That could be what it took. That could be everything.
Oh. We have motion.
Somehow Sweeney showing life, willing himself on. Can Sweeney get to his feet? And McChesney looks like he's got a plan just in case Sweeney does. And McChesney is waiting for him, measures him. Oh, God.
15 minutes has elapsed, 15 minutes.
Another knockout shot. And you can see the blood stained onto the chair. Oh, no, now what? A 5th TKO. Sweeney counters. Sweeney counters. Pile driver. Pile driver on the steel. McChesney's head met the steel rampway. And a battered and bloody Sweeney, who looks like he just survived a car wreck, may score a fall here. He does. He's got the 3, but can McChesney answer the 10 count?
He's moving. But that may just be a slither down the ramp at this point.
Sweeney willing himself to his feet, back into the ring, and Bobby Williams, the referee, is halfway home with the count. This is going to be all. McChesney covered in blood himself. No clue where he is. McChesney, that's 10, new champion. Sweeney did it.
I'm in shock. Congratulations, Larry Sweeney, on a hard-fought victory.